Oh, just jogging across China. Whew, and boy, does this thing go on forever. It's me again, Mr. Berggraf. I'll be working along with Miss Kamlick in your Chinese unit. So today, what I'm going to have for you is we are going to get to learn the art of the Chinese bamboo brush painting. See you in a bit. Welcome back. Here we go. Bamboo brush painting. I set up my cart here. You should be able to find the right materials to do your picture with. I have a water dish. I have a tray to do some mixing. I have my actual Chinese brush, bamboo brush. Normally has an ink, but I find that it's easier and much more affordable with a tempera cake. And I have a tray of watercolors and a paper towel along with my paper. What we're going to do first is we are going to work on our four gentlemen. The first being bamboo. They call these different techniques the four gentlemen because at one point they assumed that only men of wealth could partake in art, calligraphy, but that of course turned out to not be true. There are many fine women artists now and kid artists. The bamboo brush itself is held in a different style than the normal painting we would normally do. Technique is to hold it vertically. 2 fingers on top, 2 fingers on the inside, with your thumb holding it like this, kind of like a flute. It's a swooping motion, a droop and swoop. What you're going to have to perfect is the amount of paint you get on your brush itself. So I can show you, to get started, I'd ask for everybody just to take and get their tip of their brush. I can test it over here. And make some grass, some nice little lines. And by doing it, your back is straight, your hand comes up, and you go across. What you're trying to do is you're trying to get your tip of your brush to come up as you're swooping. So, when practicing the grass, the first thing we're going to want to do is just get the holding technique correct, keeping your back straight and the brush vertical. Do several lines of grass. Have fun with it. They don't all have to be straight. You can move the brush. Once we start doing that, we're going to want to also try maybe a little darker, then a little lighter. Try some thin ones, and then try some thick ones. I'm going to suggest also that you watch the entire video and then come back and repeat or play parts back that you want to practice again. Okay, so bamboo, the first of the four gentlemen. I'm going to take my brush, and this time I'm actually going to press down with the brush so the bristles turn at an angle, and I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to do it. I need some more water. Stop. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again. When making the bamboo sections, the bristles will be at a funny angle, but it doesn't mean that you need to push it through the paper. Once you have the sections done, you should go back and add detail in between the sections. And if you have it where you're missing parts of it, not a problem. This is just a practice. We're going to be making a bamboo branch. The branches come out of the knuckles of the in-between sections. So I'll make a branch, and then we will take and place some bamboo leaves. The bamboo leaves are similar to the grass in technique, but you should show them drooping a little, showing some gravity. Right now, I'm going to do the second, the wild orchid of the four gentlemen. Now what I'm doing here, I'm getting the brush the way I want it. I'm going to hold the brush, and this time I'm going to be turning the brush. I don't know if you can see it, but it's actually, I'm going to be moving the brush in my hand as I go down. And I flip it. In the spirit of bamboo brush painting, one stroke should lead effortlessly into another. The artist should have complete control of their mind and the brush. It's also better to not make preliminary sketches. The picture should already be in your mind, so you want to think about what you're going to paint prior to putting the brush down onto the paper. Try spinning the brush in your fingers when making the petals and the stem. So we've done the bamboo, and we have done the orchid. Now the third is the chrysanthemum. This time, again, holding the brush at a vertical, you're gonna probably end up catching yourself doing this a lot, but that's fine and dandy. It's the first time you've tried this. So what we're gonna do here is we're going to, again, I'm just doing it in black and white out of simplicity. You could use your watercolors to make these chrysanthemums come to life a little bit more, but I'm going to take and I'm going to use my brush in as a stamper. Start with the stem. That'll give you a point at the top where you can take and you can use your brush bristles like a stamper going in and around a point. Now, when Sumi-e was introduced to Japan by the Zen Buddhists, the priests used it in their teaching programs as a Zen exercise. So they got rid of any color. They made it monochromatic. That emphasized the line, the shading, and the emotion. They thought it was more challenging. But we like color. We're going with the Chinese version. A little center. And I go around the outside of it. the fourth and final technique is the plum branch, the last of the four gentlemen. This again is going to be a similar method of bamboo, where we're going to take our loaded brush, and this time we're actually wanting to get some streaks. Now normally we wouldn't have all of these components within one picture. The plum branch, usually they like to stand alone, but since we're just practicing, we're going to just go through here and when making the plum branches, they don't always have to be straight and droopy. You can make them jagged. When doing the plum blossoms, you're making a stamping motion like you did with the chrysanthemum, but this time you're pointing your brush inward. Plum trees are a combination of fragile, sweet-scented blossoms and a gnarled trunk. The strokes you're going to try here will help you when you want to paint other trees and maybe even rocks or mountains. So the last one was the plum branch, where you have your tree branch coming out and you have your little plum blossoms all over it. This is again a wonderful practice sheet. The second sheet you'll be receiving, you'll get to decide how you want to add your items together, whether you want to stick to bamboo, whether you want to create an orchid, some flowers, or whether you want to stick with just the plum branch. Thank you. Well, I sure hope you had fun experimenting with the bamboo brushes and that it was an exciting class period. I now am going to go and enjoy something else about China that I like. I'm heading over to the restaurant, get some good Chinese food. Thank you.